Yes, people, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the show. Brand new show for you that's going to be brought this time, around this time anyway, every week. And I thought, do you know what? This is something a bit different. This is a little bit of banter. And this is something that I hope people will take in the right heart. Because for me, it should be lighthearted and it should always be about banter. There should never really be any hate thrown your way. But when you do this job, that's what happens. When you get into this game, sometimes you get hate thrown at you. Sometimes banter turns into personal attacks. And I wanted to look at it today. I wanted to have a little bit of a chat about some of the comments that people might receive. Now, this isn't me having a moan. This isn't me hating on people. This is part of it. I get a lot of love, trust me. But also, I get a lot of love. With a lot of love, I get a lot of hate. And I thought it'd be good to call some of that out and actually take a look at some of the frustrations that people have had a bit against the things that I say. Now, I don't care that people disagree with me. I actually disagree with a lot of people. And for me, football is all about opinions. But today we're going to break down some of the issues around social media and some, not issues around social media, just some of the frustrations, I suppose, that people have had when they're throwing hate towards people's way. So I wanted to have a bit of fun with it and a little bit of a laugh at it. And if I'm honest with you, I've got a thick skin. You have to, otherwise, don't get into this game. Trust me. People will come for you. People will hate on you. People will look at your opinions and say, because that guy's opinion is something I don't agree with, I hate that guy. Those people are just clowns, man. Let's be real. Let's have a laugh at it. Yeah, let's go through it. Before we do that, do me a favor. Make sure you smash a like. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. We're getting very close to 16K, and we want to make that 20 as quickly as we can. Make sure you hit the like button, though, because that for me is massively important. And if you do want to join as a member, along with the community that's now building, then you can do that. Big up to everybody that is already in the chat. Big up to True Gooner. Big up to Door on Tour. Make sure you go over to Door on Tour and make sure you follow his content. Door, I hope you're well, bruv. Big up to yourself. Big up to Ian. Big up to Jake. Big up to Bradley. Big up to CM and big up to Richo and everybody else that's in here as well. Listen, guys, this one should be a little bit of a laugh and it should be fun. So let's get cracking on, shall we? Now, listen, every single time I put out content, I absolutely love the comments. I love the interaction with the fans. I love the interaction with the community and the fan base and the support and the love for the channel that I get. So always make sure I try to engage with as many people as I can. I try to, if I can, reply to people in DMs on Instagram, Twitter. I try to do my best to and get involved in some of the chat. Try to do my best to put many comments up as I can. I always try to ensure that I look after the members in this channel by using their comments. I always try to look at the super chats that come in and make sure I can at least answer them or put them to panelists when they are put to the chat. And sometimes I have a great laugh. Sometimes it's good banter. Sometimes a lot of people that agree with what I say. Sometimes there's people that hate it. I thought what I'd do from now on is take a look at some of the hate that I've been getting and take a look at some of the comments themselves, because trust me, some of it is absolutely hilarious. And I must say, there's some absolutely superb people in the comments. Now, I think a lot of it is banter, but some of it, I wonder what planet they're on, man. It is absolutely crazy. And what's really funny is when there's a certain opinion you have about a football player, a football team, a football club, um, there's a lot of hate that comes your way when the opinions you have don't go that way. But then when it looks to be proving you right, disappear. 5G must go down. There's no phones, there's no signal, there's no messages coming my way, there's no hate, there's no commenting on my fan channel, there's no comments on AFTV, there's no comments on Football Terrace or League Judges TV or any of the platforms that I share. Whether I go on other channels that aren't Arsenal based, whether it's Saeed's channel, whether it's Matisse's channel, whether it's channels that don't represent Arsenal, all of a sudden they're gone. But the minute Arsenal and Arteta is back, all the hate comes my way. Flip flopper. This guy don't know what he wants. This guy's hates Arsenal. He's toxic. He's negative. Bizarre. What are you watching me for then? What the hell are you watching me for then? So that always makes me laugh. So let's get into it, shall we? There's some hilarious comments that I've seen this weekend, and I'm going to do this every week. So trust me, if you're famous, well done. You've made it onto the channel via a comment or a text message. So I did my fan reaction on AFTV. I did it on here. I was outside the Emirates chatting about Arsenal yesterday. I've been onto Lee's channel and spoke there. I've just been off of Hissam's channel and spoke there. And I get a lot of these comments from AFTV, Lee Judges TV, this channel, whether it be Football Terrace, whatever it be. I always look and see what people are saying about it. And I love what I see, man. It's absolutely hilarious. What I've been seeing the last couple of days has been hilarious. And this one is a great one to start with. This comes in, was it 12 days ago? Dan has no idea. Everyone thinks he's an idiot. Goes on and on like a broken record, wanting instant success as if football's ever worked like that. Just embarrassing to listen to as an Arsenal fan. You'd think since everyone disagrees with him, he'd start to connect the dots. But it's like talking to a tree. This one comes in from Delala, the nuts, and stun, 1418. I think that proves where we're at with this dude. However, it's embarrassing to listen to, and he'd rather go and talk to a tree. Now, I don't know where and how you spend your evenings, people. But I wouldn't spend it talking to somebody who I think is an idiot, somebody who goes on like a broken record, somebody who is embarrassing to listen to, and someone that you would rather talk to a tree. But this guy has come onto my show, has watched me, and has listened to me. And then not only has he turned it off because he's so disgraced by my opinions, he's then gone to write a paragraph on the video to tell me that I'm an idiot and everyone believes I'm an idiot. And he'd rather talk to a tree. This is class. I mean, this is absolutely brilliant. You've got to question the mentality of some of these individuals. It really is quite. I mean, it's brilliant. I mean, I hope people do not change. The nuts and Stunstun 1418. I really hope that you are enjoying my content. And big up for the view and the like and the comment, my friend. This next one is brilliant. I mean, this one is one of my favorites. Absolutely hilarious. This one is. Yet again, another paragraph. This is a paragraph that someone has put out that has listened to me, has been so disgraced, he can't just click off. You know, when you watch Coronation Street and you hate it, do you write to ITV and then say this was a disgrace of a program? Or do you just not watch it? I think you do the latter. But this guy doesn't. Mr. RT2 Senis has gone in here. Question for Dan. What if Arsenal get Tony in January? Okay, so this was 12 days ago. What if we get Tony in January, we win the league, but at the last match day, we get deducted 20 points for breaching the profit and sustainability rules. How does he know that, by the way? Is that what happens when you breach profit and sustainability rules? You get 20 points deducted on the last day of the season. This is a very specific situation that's happening here, right? Are you happy with the season? Question mark. Is that another question? Is that part of the same question? Don't get what that bit's in. Or then you would say Arsenal was stupid to spend that money knowing they'll get points deducted. And he's not done. And another thing, and this is something I do not get. Please answers on a postcard here. Dan has his channel on YouTube, is Arsenal fan, but doesn't even bother get interested if Arsenal have money in January. Please? Someone please explain what that means. And this is brilliant. He can't even check numbers on Google and do maths. Now, the last time I needed to work out a sum, I didn't go on to Google. I got a calculator out and I thought, because I'm rubbish at maths, really poor with numbers. And I added it up on a calculator. But this guy's talking to me to go check numbers on Google and do maths. It's brilliant, this. Why Terry can do this, but Arsenal channel holder can't, and I am Arsenal fan. I mean, what the hell is going on here? This is absolutely... I mean, is this in English? What is going on here? Why Terry can do this, but Arsenal channel holder can't? Well, I'm an Arsenal channel holder now. I am Arsenal fan. I mean, what is happening here? What does any of this stuff mean? I think what he's trying to say is we didn't have money because of profit and sustainability, so we couldn't afford Tony, which everybody knew weeks ago. But this guy 12 days ago wants to write a paragraph in about why we can't afford Tony. And then if we would have got Tony, we would have actually had 20 points deducted, right? Which would have taken us out of the Champions League places. And what would we say then? Are you happy with season? I mean, what is happening here? This is absolutely hilarious. Like, seriously, I mean, I don't want, I'm not one to look at what people's spelling and grammar is usually, but when they look to question my opinions, it is rather rich. This next one, this is hilarious. This Craggy Island, 123, big up Father Ted, fantastic program. Pan Dots is no Lee Gunner. Pan Dots is no Lee Gunner. I mean, what is going on there? Pan Dots is no Lee Gunner. Listen, big up to Lee Gunner. Make sure you go follow him as well. Pan Dots. I mean, it's taking him. That must have taken him weeks to figure out that one. Pan Dots. What is going on here? I mean, he can't even get my name right. He's no Lee Gunner. Maybe that's a dig. Does he want me to be Lee Gunner? Is that what he wants me to be? I've absolutely no idea. Which is strange, really, because actually, when you question the manager or you dare to look at any form of criticism against him, a lot of people say that you're a Lee Gunner. You're a Lee Gunner. Come on, people. Let's just stop being silly here. It's not about being someone else. It's about saying what you feel. This is brilliant as well. Again, another person mentioned Mr. AK Gunner 84 Flip Flop Potts, spelt my surname wrong, will be on his podcast later with his mate North Shite slagging the manager off. It's absolutely brilliant. And if that's not better, 19 people have liked it. So you totally agree with this. And then a liar 8892 has taken 4 years to try and call me a name and has come up with Dan Pothead. I mean, this is brilliant, isn't it? I mean, it's absolutely wild to think that this is an actual human being and an adult. Or is it? Maybe it's not, man. Maybe it's a child. It's absolutely crazy. It really is. It makes me laugh. I read comments like that and I think, Dan Pot's head. Crazy. You'll get flip flop quite a bit in a bit. A lot of people like to call people flip flops. If you get, oh, that's pretty sticking the knife in, call him a flip flop. He's a flip flop that's going to hurt him. When actually a lot of people are flip flops because they change their opinions in football. And that's what football's about, isn't it? It's about being proven wrong. It's about having an opinion that may suggest that you're not quite happy with something, or having an opinion that perhaps will do something special and then changing your mind. So for those that think that Arteta outers, which they like to call them, then decide that we're good this weekend, and then you flip-flopped because you're an Arteta outer. Do you do that when you believe that he's the best thing since sliced bread, and then you lose a game of football? Are you then a flip-flopper? I don't get this. What is this flip-flopper thing? It's a strange one, man. It really is. But listen, that is where we are at. This one is quite funny. This guy really does not like me. DC 94359. This guy, Dan Potts, is actually insane. He wanted Arteta sacked and Mourinho brought in a week. Absolute clown. I don't know where he's got this from. I went on record to say that I do not want Conte or Mourinho because they have the Spurs lurgy. So I don't know what content he's listening to that I wanted Mourinho brought in. Absolute clown. I don't get it, if I'm honest with you. Apparently, it's actually insane to sit there and think up something that didn't happen. What I have said in the past is that Jose Mourinho, Antonio Conte, Carlo Ancelotti, Diego Simeone, and managers of that ilk all have a CV that says, I win. And that is where I've suggested we turn our head to in that mold of a manager if things don't work out with this project. But you're not allowed to say that. You're not allowed to say that because it is stick with the process. Do not question anything. Very, very odd. The minute you do that, boom. And because we win yesterday, that's it now. It's fine. Arsenal winning the league. Nothing's changing. Everybody's going to be fine. Stop being negative. Get behind the team. Get behind the manager and all this stuff. Bloody hell. We do that every week. We do that every single week. So listen, that's where that one has come from. And there's a lot of people that like to seem to try and compare what Arteta hasn't done with that manager. So, for example, let's take Diego Simeone. Hasn't won anything in 3 years, Diego Simeone. What's Arteta won then in 3 years? Oh, okay. Very, very odd. Do not understand where people come from. Um, but listen, it's all fun and games where we are at. Let's have a laugh at the next one. Where are we at? This is from Franklin. Really doesn't like me, Franklin. Really does not like me. This guy has no shame. Every one of his videos, he said there's no way we can win it. He even thought Liverpool would beat us. Now, apparently, we can win the league. If we lose our next game, it's Arteta out again. Now, I never said that we would win the league. I never said that. I've always said Manchester City will win this league. And Robbie, for some reason, yesterday on my title, put don't write us off. Well, in my whole of my speech on my fan cam on AFTV, I never said that once. So I don't know what he was doing there. He obviously couldn't think of a title to put, so he just put "Don't write us off" because I'd mentioned that Arsenal will be now considered as title contenders again because we didn't lose the game. That doesn't mean that we shouldn't be written off and that we're bang up in it and that we're going to go win the league now and that I can flip flop my way out of it. It's crazy. It really is crazy. But there we go, man. Another one to laugh at. Let's take a look at this next one because this one's brilliant as well. This comes in from Leif. Now, if anybody has any idea of what this means, please write in the chat to me. Look at this, fans. Last week, you were carrying series at Leicester. We stay unlike you fans leave early. This one is hilarious. What is he trying to say? Does anybody have any clue where we're going with this one? This one right here is one of my favorite ones because I get a lot of stuff like this and it's on channels that I've been on or it's dedicated thrown at me. And I'm like, what is he talking about? Bradley, big up yourself, man. Another caveman. Yeah, you're right. Let's try and break this down. Look at this, fans. I guess he means look at these fans. Last week, you were carrying series. What does that mean? Does anybody know? At Leicester. So I think what he's trying to say is, at least we stay, unlike you fans who leave early. But I don't know who he supports, and I don't know who he's shouting about or who he actually supports. It's just really bizarre. But we carry on. This next one comes in from Rodders, another one who sounds to me to be like a little bit of a caveman. Potter Sadi, the title was over. Now he changes his mind. Coward. Um, I think a lot of people thought that we would potentially be in a top 4 race if this carried on. And I said I think it was clipped up. Maybe Dan Lawless is right. Maybe a top 4 race is where we're at. I never said the title is done, dusted, kicked down the road, and I've not changed my mind because I always said that Manchester City were going to win it. So Potter Sadi should read Potter did not Sadi as far as Rodders is concerned. It really is crazy. I mean, it is absolutely hilarious, if I'm honest, to try and make sense of what some of these guys are saying. Let's see what the next one says, shall we? Another one who's from the caveman era. Melodic Testament. Dan been writing arseball off. Arseball, maybe he's got that right. Maybe that's what we now call ourselves. Arseball. Arteta ball, I've heard of. Arsenal, I've heard of, but Arseball, I'm not sure. Listen, I've not been writing Arsenal off of anything other than suggesting that I'm being realistic about a title. I don't think we are going to win a title. Now, that's not completely written Arsenal off by saying we're going to come sixth. We've got no chance of anything this season, blah, blah, blah. I just give the opinion that I don't think we're going to win a trophy and I don't think we're going to win the league. And I still don't after yesterday's win against Liverpool. But if that makes me negative, then I'm really sorry. Maybe you should turn me off. Let's go for this one next. Ronald. I love this one. This is one of my favourite ones from Ronald. This is an absolutely superb comment. Ronald and Wokik has said Dan Potts is the same clown. Oh, they like calling me a clown. Setting up panels to write us off. Yeah, I put out an advert and say, listen, does anyone feel like writing us off today? Yeah, I do, Dan. Brilliant. What you doing on Monday at 7? Could you come on and we'll create a write us off panel so I can set one up for everyone that feels that we can write Arsenal off? Absolutely hilarious. Everyone's welcome their opinions. You've seen that. It's people that are pro Arteta, like Kevin Campbell, like Tom Canton, like Harry Simew, like Igal, like Bavs, that have been into this situation at Arsenal of being, we're going to go win the league. And I've also had the likes of Northside, Kenny Ken, myself, Jez, Lee Gunnar, Lee Judges, Troops, Turkish, Curtis, people like that have come on the channel. And I dare say as well, it is literally anybody welcome. So I don't know where this setting up negative panels has come from. It really is mad. But we move. This is where the flip floppers are. Oh, they love a flip flop. I don't know if they're just dying to get on the beach, but they love a flip flop. Chris Gooner, he likes me, Chris, a lot. Chris gets involved in all of my content. He speaks quite highly of me in a lot of comments, not. And he follows me everywhere. I don't know why, since he seems to have extreme hatred for me. But Chris Gooner loves Dan Potts. Potts, the biggest flip flopper around. The guy is a joke. Happy with the lineup. Who's that down to? You? Give Arteta credit, FFS. What's happening here, people? What is going on here? Me being happy with the lineup now means I'm a flip flopper. And I'm trying to suggest that because I'm happy with that lineup, I deserve credit for this. I am happy with that lineup, and I hope everybody's going to come on a stream and say Dan Potts was right. That lineup is all down to him. He's got it bang on. I am happy to give Mikel Arteta praise and credit where it's due. But I'm also happy to give him criticism, as I am Edu, as I am the Cronkies, as I am players, as I am fan bases. When I believe they deserve credit, absolutely. When I believe they deserve criticism, absolutely. And that's where I'm at with this. So I don't know where this team lineup is down to Dan Potts is all about. This is absolutely crazy. But perhaps they think that. Perhaps they believe that Mikel Arteta watches me and thinks, right, don't know what to do today. What lineup should I suggest? I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll get on a Dan Potts' channels and I'll look at what he thinks the lineup will be. And then I'll take all of his credit and I'll pretend that it's Arteta, me, who creates the team lineup. I mean, what are these people on? It's absolutely embarrassing, people. It really is. I've got absolutely no idea where it comes from, but it does. This one comes in from DC again. DC. He is obsessed with Mourinho, is DC. Dan Potts, this is on a different stream, by the way, different show, but he's at it again. He's followed me over somewhere else. I don't know if this was on AFTV, The Terrace, Lee Judge's channel, my channel here. No idea. But he wants to tell the world again. He wants to repeat what he said on the other channel. He wants to take his time from his very busy day to follow me across to another channel and then be absolutely disgraced and so outraged by what I'm saying, which is very similar to what I said on another channel, that what he's decided to do is shout out, Dan Potts would rather have Mourinho and parking the bus. Clown's absolutely clueless. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Never suggested parking the bus. Never said I wanted Mourinho because he's a manager that has got the Spurs lurgy. But this guy has found somehow that we are in a position of let's just shout at Dan Potts and call him a clown. Wow. If maybe go and get a job, fella. Jesus Christ. But there we go. Let's take a look at this next. I've got 3 left, people. We'll get through them. This is brilliant from Brian. Brian Smith, 975. Chubby Dan, at least he's observant, revealing his destructive mindset over and over again. Destructive mindset. It really is funny, isn't it? This guy, I mean, and maybe what he thinks is when he puts something like this in my chat, I'm going to read that and go, chubby? What does he think I'm fat? Oh my God. I'm gonna have to get myself off YouTube. Somebody's called me chubby. But people think that. They think I'm gonna hurt this guy because I don't like what he says. I've no idea who he is, but I'm gonna try and hurt his feelings by calling him chubby. Oh dear. Get me down to the mental health centre. I need some help now. Someone's called me chubby. Embarrassing. But apparently I'm revealing my destructive mindset over and over again. It's crazy, to be fair. Listen, if I did impressions, I would do this. Metal Tin 1894. Listen, Dan, please read this out in a David Brent voice for comedic effect. Honestly, it's absolutely brilliant. This guy is watching me and he's actually commenting, calling me chubby on a screen and thinks I care. It's absolutely brilliant. So, what I do is I bring them up for a laugh and get them the attention that they're so desperately crave. This one comes in from Sean Whitlock. And this was on Lee Judge's channel yesterday after we won a game of football against Liverpool. And instead of saying, congrats, lads, we're really happy. We're coming for Liverpool, or we've won a game of football that's massive, or whatever. He's 16 hours ago posted, we know you're hurt, you are. Arsenal whining hurts you, Mr. Negative. Another one who's from the caveman era who can't spell has said that I'm hurt. Arsenal have won, and whining hurts you because I'm Mr. Negative. Yeah, I genuinely pray and hope a lot of the time that Arsenal lose so that we can be in bottom half of the table like Chelsea. I look at that and think, oh, so jealous. Would love to be like that. Absolutely crazy. Like, let's be real. This is what you get. And this is all from Arsenal fans, by the way. This isn't from any neutral fan. You know, I don't get any hatred from any of the Chelsea, United, sometimes Spurs, Newcastle fans, no, West Ham fans. They don't like that we nick Rice, but to be fair, other than that, they're genuinely okay. Even City fans, they're all good. They don't care. Why would they? Why would they want to shout at an Arsenal fan when they're sitting there winning trebles and winning trophies? But these Arsenal boys, they're absolutely deluded. So let's get on to Dan Potts' channel and put something in the chat to give him something to look at. Let's just make a show of it, people. The last one of the night is very, very similar. And it is, yes, you've guessed it, from our good friend, Chris Gooner. Now, Chris Gooner has got an obsession with me, people. He follows me everywhere. I don't quite know why, because he does not agree with me or like my opinions, but he's obsessed with me. He'll be watching this. I'm sure he will be. And he'll be really, really pleased and happy that he's become famous on YouTube now. He has said, I bet you're gutted, Potts. Arteta in or out this week? Oh, hold on. Can I hear him giving Arteta credit for team selections? Biggest flip-flopper going. Yeah, if you look at the team selection and say, oh, that's quite good, apparently you're a flip-flopper. You are a flip-flopper. Probably the worst insult that anyone can give you in human life. A flip-flopper. Wow. Flip-flop, flip-flop. What does it mean? What the hell does it mean? What? I thought Man City might win the league. Arsenal, with one game to go, are 12 points clear. I think Arsenal might win the league. Flip-flopper over here thinks Arsenal going to win the league now. It's absolutely mad, isn't it? It really is bizarre. I just do not understand any of it. People are absolutely hilarious. But listen, we're going to continue to do this weekly. That's it for now on the comments. If you didn't watch them all, then please make sure you go back and watch them, because trust me, they're well worth a listen to or a read up of. And to be honest with you, I had so many, I didn't actually get time to clip a lot of them up. So we're going to do this every week, people. So make sure that if you do want to make yourself famous on here, because there'll be a lot of you watching this, I know you will, and replay, etc., etc. If you do fancy putting something wild, hilariously funny in the chat, then you might find yourself famous on YouTube, and then you can go home and tell mummy that you deserve a gold sticker. Listen, big up to all of you in the chat that have been respectful, and those of you that do support the channel. This is all a bit of laugh and banter. It doesn't affect me. I know some people might think it does, but trust me, it doesn't. I wouldn't be in this game if I did. I wouldn't have I wouldn't be able to go onto a show like this and listen to comments and make it affect. Oh, someone disagreed with what I said and called me a pothead. Come on, people. We're all grown adults. Let's grow up a bit. It was supposed to be a bit of tongue-in-cheek banter. Some people will get affected by this, I'm sure. But listen, I look at where we are right now, and off the back of this show, which people might find negative, I find it a bit funny. We'll be doing Race for Europe show later. It's going to be straight after the Arsenal we played yesterday, the Brentford Manchester City game. Come on, Brentford. Come on, Brentford. We will be back this evening So make sure you do that. 10:30 tonight. It'll be myself and the Race for Europe boys talking all things Arsenal, talking all things Liverpool, talking all things City after their game tonight. And then basically, we'll take a serious look at the title race and see where people's heads are at. There's one certain panelist that might be taking a little bit of heat tonight. It's Mr. Dan Lawless, considering West Ham have fallen off a cliff in the last few games. So we will 100% be joining you guys later, 10:30. This channel, Race for Europe, is going to be fire. Make sure that you are there, people. Listen, until then, I'm going to love you and leave you. Make sure that you do me a favor. Please, 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 those that do watch me for the right reasons, make sure that you smash a like on this, people. We've got well over 100 still in the building. Let's make sure that we get the likes up. We're on 89. Let's make sure we hit that to 100, please. Before we finish, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new. We want to try and get to 16K. Our next target is, of course, 20K. So make sure that you do that, please, people. If you do want to join as a member, then you can do. All you've got to do is hit join and then follow the instructions and support the channel in that way. Until then, take it easy. We'll see you tonight around about 10:30 for Race for Europe. Make sure you do not miss that one. We will see you there. Take it easy. And as always, up the Arsenal. Big up. Peace.